When you have been blessed by the Almighty God, God does not require you to help fulfill the blessing. God requires you to trust in God to fulfill the blessing. Now, to bring home this point, I'm going to take a story from the scriptures. And it is the story of twins, Jacob and Esau. When those boys were in the tummy of their mother, Rebekah, it was revealed to her that the younger one would be greater than the older one, which means there was a blessing already in place on Jacob. Not because of what Jacob has done, because he wasn't even born yet, was because of a divine election. But when these boys were born, Rebekah became anxious because the father loved Esau more than Jacob. The question is, why did the father love Esau more than Jacob? Esau was a hunter and Esau was a giver. Esau had a free mind and Esau was willing to share. But Jacob was a reserved man and he was a cunning person and unwilling to share anything. And so Esau went to hunt one day and came back hungry and innocently asked his younger brother to give him some food to eat. And Jacob asked for the birthright of Esau as the firstborn. Of course, Esau did not take Jacob seriously. Esau simply said, "Look, what is the birthright to me? I'm hungry. Just give me food." But Jacob meant every word he was saying. So when their father was old and was about to die, he decided he wanted to bless his sons. He told Esau, his first son, to go and get him venison or a porridge made with meat, what we call pepper soup today, so that he will eat and feel happy and bless him. And so Esau hurriedly went out to catch some meat to prepare this pepper soup for his father. But when the mother heard that, and because she had heard the word of the Lord, she assumed that it was her responsibility to make it happen. So between Rebekah and Jacob, they planned a coup to replace Jacob with Esau and take the blessing of Esau. They succeeded, at least they thought they did, in deceiving Isaac, who was blind. They took advantage of a blind old man. They thought they were deceiving Isaac, not knowing that they were trying to deceive God. But in any case, they succeeded in deceiving Isaac, and Isaac placed the blessing on the head of Jacob and he left. And when Esau came in pain, realizing what had happened, the father compensated him with a second blessing. Now, the summary of the blessing placed on Jacob is that he will have riches, wealth, and abundance, and that the second thing was that his brother will bow down to him. That was the blessing. Now, the blessing that was given to Esau is that he will have riches, but that he would have to struggle to eventually overcome the dominance of his brother. But after these things happened, because of guilt and fear, Jacob had to run away from home to his uncle Laban. This is the result of sin. Sin brings fear and terror. And because of that fear and terror, Jacob ran away from his own home and went to live as a servant in the house of his uncle, who multiplied the same thing he did to his brother on him for many years. Now the two boys grew up apart, one with Laban and one at home. Now many years later, after serving Laban for many years, marrying his two daughters and had children, On his way back to his own country, he heard that his brother was now a very wealthy man. As a matter of fact, he heard that his brother was a great man, but he was not a great man. He only had wife, children, and a few sheep and goats. And so he was afraid and thought that his brother was going to kill him. But remember what I said about Esau at the beginning. He was a forgiving man. He was a giving man. He was a plain-hearted person. But Jacob was a conniving trickster. But eventually when they met, Esau came with 400 bodyguards and Jacob came with wives, children, and goats. Wait a minute. I thought the blessing said that Jacob would be richer than Esau, but Esau was obviously richer than Jacob when they met. Not only that, the Bible says that when they met, Jacob bowed himself 7 times to his brother Esau. Wait a minute. I thought the blessing said that his brother will bow to him. He was the one bowing to his brother. Not only that, when they met, Jacob said to his brother Esau, "Seeing your face is like seeing the face of God." So not only was his brother greater than him, he saw his brother like God. So there it was. The blessings that Jacob thought he stole, he never enjoyed it. Esau was the one enjoying those blessings. And the blessings that came on the head of Esau, they all fell on Jacob. Jacob was a man without a country, but Esau already had the kingdom of Edom. Jacob suffered the rest of his life because of what he did to his father and his brother. Not only that, his descendants suffered another 400 years because of what he did to his father and his brother. Remember, the blessing that was put on Esau's head is that he will struggle to overcome the dominance of his brother. But it happened to the descendants of Jacob after 750 years by David. David, for the first time after 750 years, defeated the kingdom of Edom, and Israel from that time had dominance over the kingdom of Edom. The summary of my presentation is that if God has given you a blessing, you need to depend on God. Do not depend on the arm of the flesh. Do not believe that you can get the blessing of God by trickery. Man can be deceived, but God can never be deceived. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like the video and to subscribe to the channel. God bless you.